So, way back when I was a mom of littles, I quit my job, which I loved, to stay home with the kids, who, of course, I also loved. To be honest, this was in part because I could see that my love for those kids was not actually playing out in the practical and tangible ways of my life. So I chose to put my money where my mouth was, and then we had to figure out how to make life work within a single income. I wouldn't have said it this way, but one of my strategies was to keep my own needs small. And this sort of worked until I realized there was an art and a science to how to dress. Then I wanted more. Back in those days, the reigning Christian personal finance guru was Larry Burkett. This was Dave Ramsey was around, but he wasn't popular yet. So I went to figure out what Larry Burkett had to say about budgeting for clothes. I think he gave like a reasonable percentage, along with a statement that under no circumstances should this spending for clothes be less than $10 a month per person, which is around $20 in today's dollars. And that was when I discovered that having an actual budget with numbers is a more empowering way to ensure that I am not over or underspending on clothes than just pretending I don't need anything. Because I do need stuff. Underwear and shoes wear out. I drip salad dressing or butter down the front of my shirt from time to time, and I can't always get it out. My clothes shrink. My favorite coat gets a hole in the pocket. Things happen. So today I'm addressing a glaring omission in Dave Ramsey's budgeting recommendations: clothes. Let's talk about why this is so hard for us as moms and what we can and should do about it. I'm Rebecca Mielke. As your visual identity guide, I take you on a journey of self-discovery so you can align your inner and outer self, show up confidently, and contribute your gifts to the world. As your first step to self-discovery, I invite you to download my new free color guide, Discover Your Style DNA, a guide to seasonal energy and personality colors. Find the link in the show description or at my website, signaturestylesystems.com. So, some reasons moms struggle to budget appropriately for their own wardrobes. Here are some deeper identity questions that may be keeping you stuck in moving into creating the kind of wardrobe where you always show up feeling like yourself. One question is, if you dress like a professional, are you betraying your primary identity as a mom? Also, if you work mostly from home, do you really need a professional wardrobe? What does a professional wardrobe even look like these days? And if you don't have a job, but you want to be respected for your contributions to your community, how put together do you need to look? Is it worth the investment when you're not bringing in any income or your income is only supplemental? So I ran the numbers recently. A friend of mine was feeling like she couldn't spend any money on herself because she wasn't bringing in any money. So there's in our neighborhood, there's a preschool that's associated with Waldorf, and it's an outdoor school. And it would be a really cool opportunity. And like my friend does a lot of these similar types of activities with her kids. And yeah, from a homeschooling perspective. So I just went online and looked up how much it would cost for my friend to send all three of her kids to this preschool. And, you know, it didn't take long to get to over $50,000. Um, and that's just for preschool. That doesn't count all the other things that she does. So yeah, I think not bringing in income is not, I mean, bringing in income is not the only way to count value. So I'd like to offer a different perspective, one that's based on the value of every human being. So what if we looked at it like this? Your personal appearance is part of how you show up, and it can be a tool for serving others effectively. By communicating your competence and caring visually, you build trust, and your look and your actions align. Also, by taking care of yourself, you are modeling healthy self-respect to your children. Do you believe all people are equally valuable? Then you can show it by including yourself in the equation. And then this doesn't have to be expensive. By knowing yourself better, inside and out, you will have the skill to choose pieces that will work for you over the long haul, no matter what the trend cycles are doing. And this is not indulgence or vanity. It's about stewardship and investment. You are investing in yourself, and by modeling healthy self-expression in others who are looking up to you. So here are some tangible guidelines that I came up with for budgeting for your wardrobe. Now, these I looked at what experts in the budgeting space are asking or recommending people to do, and then added some of my own thoughts. So basic clothing budget should be about 2 to 3% of your monthly budget. And that would be for the whole family. So within that, you need to have wisdom to balance the needs of the different members of the household. For example, if you have multiple kids, it might make more sense to spend more money on what you buy for the oldest, because those things are going to be able to be passed down. Here in town, I have 6 grandkids, and they're stair step, and 5 of them are boys. So it always made sense for my oldest daughter to spend real money on her oldest, because those items like Keens in the summer, those are going to go through all of those kids. And then if you personally have an easy to dress body, you might be able to spend a little less. You might be able to get a lot of things, like especially if you're small, you might be able to get a lot of things at the thrift store or on clearance. On the other hand, like the hero wore a size 14 shoe, so we always needed to spend real money on those. But I think all things being equal, it is okay for you, mom, to have a little bit more of the pie rather than less. And this may be controversial, but I also suggest considering whether you could cut back on some of your beauty services, like nails and hair color, to make more room in your budget for clothes. And then sometimes as moms, we need to use our cash gifts. What people still give me birthday money. Thank you. And then other gift opportunities to supplement our budget. I'm thankful my birthday's in October. It's always seems to be a time when I need expensive stuff. I realize I don't have everything I need going into winter, and I'm going to be in real trouble if I don't get these things before it gets cold. Some things you can wait for a better price or whatever, but that doesn't always happen. So anyway, what if for Christmas this year you told your husband you would like to work with me to discover your style DNA? DNA stands for design, needs, and aesthetic. What you learn about yourself will revolutionize your shopping. So I've given you a lot to think about today, And yeah, maybe do some journaling, do some thinking about if you have some conflicts, um, within your identity and the way you think about taking care of yourself. And thanks for being here for Signature Style Systems. Have fun being you, and I'll meet you back here again real soon.